The following program is a SUTV student production. The views expressed are not necessarily those of Salisbury University, the University System of Maryland, its regents, administration, officers, employees, or representatives.
Such as Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Dane.
7:30 in the morning beside the Wayne Street parking lot.
Change some of our habits around the campus. Members of SU faculty and staff. Good evening. On Monday night in downtown Salisbury, something exceptional happened before a large crowd at the fire department headquarters with the firehouse as the backdrop. A peaceful transfer of power took place, a new mayor was inaugurated, and a new city council sworn in. This, one of the cornerstones of democracy, was ever present on the minds of those who attended, as a number of speakers referenced the recent terrorist attacks in Paris. For more on this changing of the guard in Salisbury, we go to SUTV's Brooke Reese.
The city of Salisbury gathered inside the fire department headquarters on Monday evening to inaugurate its newest council members and to celebrate the service of those leaving the council. Jake Day was inaugurated as mayor of Salisbury and spoke about what his new title means to him.
So tonight was a really wonderful and emotional night. Nice to have my wife and daughter Lily here, and also really meaningful to have the comptroller of the state of Maryland, Peter Francho, with us today. I mean, just to see a packed room too in this firehouse, really special evening.
Jack Heath and Laura Mitchell reclaimed their seats on the council as Heath was voted city council president and Mitchell the vice president. Both leaders of the council spoke to SUTV on what they plan to accomplish with their positions.
The council president's job really is to conduct meetings and try to bring people together, and that's going to be my goal. We have great people, as I said, and we're going to do good things.
It's exciting. The excitement is palpable here tonight. Everyone is looking forward to what we can do in the next 4 years. The last 4.5 years have been great, but I think the next 4 are going to be even better. And very excited to be part of the leadership team to make that happen and to move us forward and approach Salisbury in a way that hasn't been done in a long time, and that is with excitement and civility and really looking to get things done and make this the premier location on the Eastern Shore. All of Maryland, as far as I'm concerned, everyone should live in Salisbury.
And Maryland State Delegate Carl Anderton addressed why attending the inauguration was important to the state leaders.
Well, as you know, Salisbury is the economic hub of the Eastern Shore. You know, it has one of the largest portions of that engine is Salisbury University. So anything that deals with Salisbury University, I represent Salisbury University. So we're forming a partnership to make sure that the university's needs are met, the city's needs are met. So, you know, it's very important for us to be here.
And for SUTV Evening News, this is Brooke Reese reporting.
Thank you, Brooke. After all of the votes were tallied, about 12% of registered voters showed up to the polls. A little under half of the city is registered to vote. And Governor Larry Hogan has joined more than a half dozen of his counterparts around the nation by telling the White House that he does not want Syrian refugees coming to his state. The governor cited the recent attacks in Paris, as we have learned that at least one of the suspects in those attacks entered Europe with the current wave of Syrian refugees. Of the 27 governors who have requested refugees not be sent to their states, the lone Democrat is New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan, who is also a 2016 candidate for the United States Senate. Since 2011, the U.S. has accepted roughly 1,500 Syrian refugees, but the Obama administration announced that next year, approximately 10,000 would be permitted to enter the country. It is important to note that while these governors have objected and requested that the refugees not be allowed in their respective states, the power to allow refugees into the country rests solely with the federal government per the 1980 Refugee Act. Since the violence broke out in 2011, more than 250,000 people have been killed and at least 11 million have fled Syria. Neighboring Governor Jack Markell of Delaware has said that he will accept the refugees in his state. And while many governors are using the recent attacks in Paris as their basis to reject the refugees, France's President Francois Hollande has said that he still plans to welcome around 30,000 despite what happened in his country. Cheers and applause broke out in the governor's reception room in the Maryland State House on Monday after Governor Larry Hogan announced that his cancer was in remission. The governor, who announced his diagnosis in late June, remained on the job during treatment, even holding a number of meetings in a makeshift conference room in the hospital.
I am 100% cancer-free and in complete remission. The outpouring of prayers, well wishes, and kind and thoughtful words from thousands of people across the state, the nation, and even from around the world has been absolutely amazing. I've teared up over the get well artwork that school children tucked into bursting envelopes.
And doctors say that they will continue to regularly monitor Governor Hogan to ensure that his cancer, a form of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, has not returned. The Washington College campus remained closed for the third straight day today as police continue to search for a student who they believe may have a weapon. Campus was shut down Monday after the parents of the Washington College student reported that their son returned to their home in Philadelphia and retrieved a gun case that may have contained a rifle. Police say that the student is facing a number of criminal charges stemming from an October 9th incident in which he brought a gun to campus and showed it to classmates. And this weekend, SU's field hockey and men's soccer teams did not enjoy the outcomes that they had hoped for, both losing by just one score in their tournaments. Soccer fell to Tufts University 2-1, and with less than 15 seconds left on the clock, Rochester scored a goal to defeat the women in white 3-2. While the soccer and field hockey teams may not have had the outcome they wanted this weekend, the SU football team took down Frostburg State in a game that went down to the wire to capture the team's 12th straight Regents Cup and their first New Jersey Athletic Conference Co-Championship. This is the team's first year playing in the NJAC, and the win on Saturday earns them a spot in the NCAA D3 tournament. In their first tournament appearance since the 2012 season, the Seagulls will play SUNY Cortland at their home field in New York on Sunday. And now Scott Purdy gives us an idea of how we should bundle up before leaving the house over the next few days. Scott, I understand there's some rain in our very near future.
Yes, Eli, there is going to be some rain all tomorrow. Now, let's see what's going on. Taking a look here, this is the satellite imagery. This is visible satellite, which you can see why it's dark all over the northeast here. But you can still see the cloud cover. We've got lots of it. All this moisture getting sucked out of the Gulf, out of the Pacific. We're going to get wet tomorrow. You can see that frontal boundary very clearly. But before I get ahead of myself, let's see what our current conditions are. 63 degrees. We do have that cloud deck that's going to fill in throughout the night. We've got some moderate winds out of the southeast, and those are going to shift more towards the south as the front approaches. Looking at that approaching front, you can see here the forward boundary of that front is going to be approaching us by tonight. You could see some showers as early as 1 a.m., but most of them won't be until about 5 a.m. or so, and most of the rain is going to be right when you're getting up in the morning. 8, 9 a.m., you need to get your rain jacket out. It's going to be windy. It's going to be almost 30 miles an hour towards the beaches out of the south, so that umbrella will get ripped right out of your hand, so prepare for that and keep it ready. It's going to rain all day. As the front pushes through the day, you can see it's getting off our coast in the evening. We might see by around 10 o'clock some clear skies because it's going to clear quickly, cool off as well, bringing this cold air, but you can see this second layer here. That's going to be the really cold air, and that won't get here until Sunday. But looking at tonight, we've got a low of 62 degrees. The rain's going to begin, like I said, around 5 a.m. for most people, but you might see a spotty shower here or there earlier than that. But prepare for the rain tomorrow. It's going to be rainy all day. Thunderstorms are even a chance. So if you didn't think it was bad enough that your umbrella would be ripped out by the wind, you don't want to get struck by lightning if we do get a pop-up shower. But it's going to be warm, 71 degrees. So we'll see. It won't last. Get ready. It's going to get cold. You can see the high pressure dominating. This is that second wave of energy I was talking about. It's going to push through here for Sunday. Sunday is going to be chilly, but the high pressure isn't quite over top of us come Sunday. What we're going to need actually is Monday now. The high is over the thing. Now we have the high over top of us, and it's going to get cold. We're going to get a frost for sure Monday morning, probably Tuesday morning as well. So count on that. Looking into our 7-day, 71 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be in the 70s. The average is 58. That's extremely warm for this time of year, but it's going to rain all day, so we're not going to enjoy it. Don't plan outdoor activities. Friday's going to cool off. The weekend as well is going to be chilly. We can see high in the 40s, so if your heat's not on already, make sure you have your gas or oil hooked up. Low is down into the 20s. We're going to have frost, so get your arms ready to scrape your windshields this week. And then we warm up into Wednesday, getting ready for Thanksgiving. Back to Eli.
Thank you for that detailed report, Scott. And following the protests, resignations, and fallout that took place at the University of Missouri stemming from what some students saw as inaction when it came to racially charged issues, students here at SU gathered in Red Square to show their support and their standing with the students at Mizzou. SUTV was in Red Square on Friday and spoke to some of those students about why they chose to come out.
Well, the message of this event is solidarity in our community and standing up in support for fellow black college students trying to further themselves, getting an education, and standing up to violence threatened against those people and unfair treatment of those people and systematic oppression of those people.
There are some moments where I feel uncomfortable or I feel unsafe or I feel like I have to change the way I act or change my behavior, but the campus itself I feel really comfortable on. It's the part where you get outside of the campus. However, since the campus seems like the heart of Salisbury, I feel that if we all unify on this campus, then the broader area around Salisbury will improve.
I want to tell students that you need to continue to come out, but not just being here is not the end game. It's about being knowledgeable, and it's not just the black students on campus. It's not the minorities. It's everybody. It shouldn't just be black students at protest. It shouldn't just be black, anything. It should be everybody. This is one nation under God. All of us put this together, and so I think that if we start to understand that it's more about a universal appeal, then we'll start to make some change.
I would just like to tell Missouri, if they ever see this, that we do support them and we are standing in solidarity.
And this was the second time in as many years that students at SU gathered in Red Square to show their solidarity with others around the nation regarding racial issues in the country. On Thursday, a little more than 8,000 pounds of bottles, paper, glass, and other materials were collected in large dumpsters in Red Square for Recycle Madness. The annual event, which encourages students and RSOs to recycle by offering a number of prizes, is put on by the SGA in conjunction with SU's Sustainability Department.
I like to be outdoors, and I enjoy nature, and I hate seeing it abused in a sense. So I just kind of want people to care, because it's so easy for us, in America, to be removed from the issue because it doesn't affect us. Or at least not now it doesn't affect us, but it will affect us if we keep up how we're acting. But, you go to some third world countries and they just live in trash. I think it's important that students recycle in general, and the event kind of gives it a way to make you think about it and make you actually participate and start doing it, hopefully, because the amount of waste that we generate is disgusting, and it's really important that we try to not only recycle but also conserve the amount of waste product we use and try to be sustainable.
Now this event is showing growth, as this year's Recycle Madness collected 4 times as much recycling as the event did just 2 years ago. Throughout the semester, we've been covering stories about the relationship between the university and the surrounding community. A part of that effort to maintain and improve those relations is I Love Salisbury, an annual event in which students go around town to carry out various cleaning and maintenance tasks for residents who have submitted requests for work to the university. The SGA reports that there were approximately 640 participants and 51 sites cleaned this year. SUTV's Sarah Wood has that story for us tonight.
SGA's annual event, I Love Salisbury, was widely attended this past November 14th. SU students gathered to volunteer their help in cleaning up Salisbury community sites. We spoke with student volunteers and SGA president about the event turnout and the impact it has on the community.
Just to help out. I love helping out people. I've been doing it for years upon years. I've always done it in high school, doing the community service. I just love it so much.
I think the best thing about this event is that we have community outreach and we show the relationship between the university and the community of Salisbury. So we build that strong bond so that the community knows that we're here to support them and they're here to support us.
The impact that it gives to the community really likes it, and it gives them a better understanding of the students than what we do here at Salisbury. We're not all partiers. So.
I mean, we're not originally from Salisbury, so this is where our university is.
Yeah, this is our second home, and it's really important to us to keep it clean. So.
I love to do volunteer work because I love helping people. There's so many people in need out there. The least we can do is give to the community.
So it's really an opportunity for students to engage with the community, nonprofit, and community members to kind of build that relationship. I'm thankful for everyone coming out. I know we had a huge sign up this year. We had over 700 students sign up, which is the biggest one yet, but we're excited that we're getting this many students involved with it.
For SUTV News, I'm Sarah Wood reporting.
Thank you for that, Sarah. And in the spring, the SGA hosts a big event in which student volunteers help to clean up major sites such as parks and community centers. That's our broadcast for this Wednesday. We won't see you here next week as we'll be on break for Thanksgiving, but we will see you after the break. For everyone at SUTV News, I'm Eli Modlin. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night and a good Thanksgiving.